All right. So speaking of say a newborn sister coming around, and you know how some brothers get when new.
Yeah, they get a little they get a little reactive to what they seeing.
How should a newborn be handled? Specifically, a sister coming around who's genuinely just trying to learn.
First of all, she should be handled with a sense of care. Right? She's fragile at that moment. She's vulnerable at that moment because she doesn't know what to expect. Any brother, I don't care who you are. Right? I don't care how long you've been around. I don't care what you think you know. When you're dealing with a young woman who's learning or a young man who's learning, you know what I mean? These young brothers and sisters are looking for the proper guidance by being an example of what God and earth should be, right? And that should be a protected mindset. You shouldn't be trying to use young women to take advantage of them sexually, which most do, right? That I've seen over the years that I've had young brothers come to me, yo, God, why is this? Or young sisters come to me, yo, God, why is this? Again, we understand that brothers got a lot of knowledge and then they use that to draw these young women up for the wrong reasons, get them pregnant, start abusing them, start doing all types of things. Now, let's be clear about something, right, about that. There is no book that we have other than common sense on how you should treat a newborn. There was never a book given to me that, okay, here's the indoctrination of a newborn. We know that that person got to go through a rites of passage, fasting for 3 days, making sure that he or she reads and studies and be around others that can guide them right. You as an educator, and y'all should know this, as an educator, have a full responsibility with that newborn, right? Meaning that you got to make sure that he or she is aware of what's going to happen as they get into this, right? I know I tell a lot of those that I've shared over the years, be mindful of those that you come around in this. Be mindful who you around, period. You know what I mean? So yeah, there is a certain way that you should deal with a newborn. They are very sensitive because they are the future of this nation, right? They are the next wave of what this nation can be. And if you don't treat them right, or at least show them right, how is it going to be right in the hereafter? It's not going to be right. And right now we have a lot of things that's not right when it comes to newborns. Some newborns are turned off by what they see. Some newborns are turned off by what they hear. Some newborns are actually dissatisfied once they come to find out that, okay, so now that I got this knowledge, now what? Well, what happens now? Well, what happens is what you make happen is what's going to happen now. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of things that we got to deal with when it comes to newborn. But the first thing, like I said, God, is making sure that you are the real example of what a true and living God and a true living earth should be when you're dealing with a newborn. Now, of course, we all have our own vices, including me. Let's not get it twisted out there. Like I said, I've made mistakes coming up. I did things that I shouldn't have done with people, you know what I mean? And I paid the price for that, right? Penalty, right? Justice, right? But at the end of the day, you show up to grow up and then you realize, okay, these are the things I had to go through. I had to go through that trial and tribulation to understand better. But when it comes to a newborn, I don't take that shit lightly. I take that shit serious. And I don't rush to give them nothing. I watch them, I study them, I ask questions about where they coming from so we can know where they want to go. And then I give them the right guidance to take them there. You know what I mean? And that's how I would draw that up, God, as far as I get that answer to you.